Right, I forgot. Mabi. Okay. Okay, now I should be live on YouTube. For real. For real. Yeah, alright. It really is that easy if you fix it to fix a bug. To fix a bug, you just don't even have the bug. You just don't make a game. It's that easy. How do you avoid bugs? Just don't make games. Whatever you do, do not make a video game. Just make a like a I don't know, like a walking simulator or something. If you make a walking simulator, you minimize all of the potential bugs. Just make mods. You know what would be a great punishment? Don't send someone to jail. No, don't send someone to jail. Instead, force them to make mods for Bethesda games. I forgot what this... What was the Bethesda space... Ah, yes. Force them to make mods for Starfield. Yeah, there you go. Now that is a punishment, okay? Force them to make mods for Starfield. Now that's a punishment, brother. There you go. You can use that idea. Just lock me up and throw the key away. We don't need no death row. Just make them make mods. What if it's Star Wars mods though? It has to be quality of life mods that attempt to improve the game. Because that's how Bethesda works. All the mods would be prawn related? They probably would. They probably would. The world we live in now. Those are probably one of the easier mods to make because it's mostly just model swapping. Right? Right? Unless they do something a little bit more intricate, which I'm not going into detail on that. Okay, why is my door a piece of shit? Acting like you don't know? I don't. What do you mean? World static block. Maybe this is hitting something different in the frame. It is set to world static. But destructible is set to block. But it doesn't sweep until that's set to block, so that's not too big of a problem. Let me see that Nexus mods download history. I don't think I've ever gone on Nexus mods. I was always a ModDB or ModFront. What was it called? ModFront, I think. Was it ModFront? Front something? Front mods? What is it called? Gamefront. Was it Gamefront? I don't know if it was Gamefront. Maybe it was. It was something like that. Okay, so by delaying this thing, is it better? I am kind of relying on a delay here, and delay is kind of cringe. Maybe it's the problem that we're doing a delay. Maybe that's the problem. No, I don't think that's the problem. Well, maybe it is the problem. Steam Workshop or Mod.io are the best options. The game supports it. I have no clue how to do modding. I don't. Like, for my own game. How does Steam Workshop even work? Does it literally just download files into a folder? Is that all it's doing? It's just downloading the files into a folder that I specify as a developer? Or do modders specify the folder that it goes into on the game side? Here, Ghosty. What a bright side. I think Steam might automatically create its own folder. It creates a depot for the mod. Oh. But then how does the game... So then does that mean that you have to create your whole mod thing to work around the Steam depot? How does that work? Unreal modding seems wild. The Arc modding tools is essentially a copy of Unreal Engine with a bunch of predefined blueprints. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, especially when it comes to there being a bunch of marketplace assets in the project. Pretty sure I cannot distribute that at all. It then updates the game to where the developer designates the mod folder. Oh, you mean a depot as in on Steam side. It's like a depot. But not a depot as in like a folder of its own. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how modding in Unreal works, man. People say that UE4 was built to be like modding friendly. Dude, I don't know what to tell you. It seems the complete fucking opposite. How is it that the most modded games are games like in Unity and Godot and all this stuff, and like nobody knows anything about modding in in Unreal? And the people are saying, "Well, it was really built for modding." It's like, was it? Was it though? Can I add a SCAR? I don't know if the SCAR would do all that much versus the assault rifle that's currently in the game. It would just be, for the most part, just a model difference. And Bonte. 1.0 when? This summer. It seems it's easy to replace assets, but it seems hard to do anything beyond that. Right. And in my opinion, I think the best mods are the ones that go beyond that, right? Like that's... Unreal games are so good they don't need mods. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's one disappointing thing about using this engine, honestly. If I were to move to Godot, one of the key reasons as to why I would is because of it, the potential improved modability that's involved with it. That would definitely be one of the forefront reasons as to why I would switch if I were to. And also some of the stupid decisions that are being made. But that being said, if I switch engine, I'm gonna have to learn so many like engine-based skills that I just can't be bothered learning that as well, on top of having to learn design skills and making games, and it just makes it so much harder. Bell. Just pitch a game to Valve and use the Source engine. Well, at that point, you might as well just use Sandbox. I feel like at that point, you might as well use Sandbox, but I don't know how much Sandbox is exposed. If you wanted to edit Sandbox, I actually don't know. Is Sandbox source open? Or source accessible should be the better wording. Not open source necessarily, but source accessible. I'm doing all right, Elp. Yeah, this door issue is gonna fucking make me so angry. The no muzzle flash setting. Let me see if Niagara particle effects expose stuff to me for this light stuff. Spawn friction, high quality lights, shadow casting lights. You're kidding. So I think the only way I can have a particle effect that has light and one that doesn't have light, I would have to duplicate this, turn off the light, and it would just spawn a different particle effect, because I don't think I can see anything in here that would expose this node. I don't know what seeded module means. Don't know what seeded module means. Ready or Not has mods like custom maps, weapons, etc. So I guess there is a way, but the dev needs to do some setup. Right. And honestly, in my opinion, I feel like the game is not all that good enough to warrant doing all that effort. I know people want it, but the problem is like, are people going to use it? Like, let's say I spend months working on modability for the game, and then I release it. It's so much just for a game that I don't think it would be great, but the game's not there enough to warrant it. Unity modding is often not desired or intended. It's easily decompiled and or the assets unpacked rather than it being a conscious decision to be an option via the engine. I get that for sure, but I think there's so many Unity games that do so well because of the fact that it has that modability there. I still recall Valve saying eventually Source 2 would be public, but I think that was back in 2017. Yeah, listen, man, it's not happening in my lifetime. It's not happening in my lifetime. We could, We can make it a parameter. If I make the constant 12, does that mean it's by default turned on? I would assume. I actually don't even know which weapon uses this muzzle flash. I could be editing the wrong one. Well, it would appear it does use it. If I set that value to 0 now, light exponent. Provides the light's exponent when inverse squared fall off is disabled. Well, this is fucking useless. I don't think this changes anything. Hey, Taba, how's it going? Okay, well, we're just going to leave that at 12 then, because I don't think that actually does anything. I thought the light exponent would do something. Provides the light's exponent when inverse squared fall off is disabled. However, it is enabled. We have a brightness over life. However, this is not a multiplier. Intensity of volumetric scattering from this light. This scales intensity of light color. If I set, I can't even specify that as a parameter either. Oh, great. Fantastic. I love that for me. This is a constant value. Color scale over life. Scale that is applied to the particle's color to calculate the light's color and could be set up as a curve over the particle's lifetime. So it's not a curve. However, if I set this as a parameter, let's see the constant is 0. Does that mean that it has no light? That looks pretty good to me so far. Okay. We can use color scale over life. When you have to correct is the execution animations. Yeah, it's one of those issues of that's easier said than done, unfortunately. I'm gonna see if I can get it done for the 1.0 though. Ideally, it would be nice. But it is definitely one of those bugs that's easier said than done. Just because of the way that we did it. So yeah. Oh yeah, and the Michael Jackson bug. I think I wrote that down in here. Did I write that down in here? Diving. Counter. I didn't write it down. Let me write it down. Can counter while diving, causing the camera to get stuck in an execution state. It could also be can dive while countering. Was it counter? I think it was either a counter or execution. I'm pretty sure it was counter though. Can counter while diving, causing the camera to get stuck in an execution state. Okay. Okie dokie. I wonder if that's just like... Where's the dummy? Let me get a dummy up in here. I should do this later though, because... don't know if I can... Hold on. Let me see here. Yeah, I see what the problem is. Because there's that 0.1 second window when you're countering. I'm gonna get you. Give me a second. Yeah, I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. I see what the problem is. So I think while you're countering, while the counter window is open, we should not allow diving. I think that's what we should do, and then that should fix the problem. Unless you can do a counterattack and dive while doing the counterattack, which would be funny. Can we do that? I don't think you should. No, we can't. What was I looking at? The muzzle flashes. Yes. The muzzle flash. Okay, so let's do the same setup here. Should only have one instance of the light. We do. This doesn't mean I'm gonna have to use some machine translation because of all our localization is mostly done. Ah! You know, Fungible, how's it going? Video settings. Yo, Taba. You've come to the Twitch side, I see. What version of UE are you using? 4.26. So let's copy show blood. And then stop that. Stop doing that. That's annoying. Stop it. Stop making that noise. So instead of show blood, we'll do show muzzle flashes. And then we shall change the setting. Change the setting. There we go. From custom.blood to custom.muzzle flash. UE 4.26. That's the version. Unreal Engine 4.26. I should probably switch to UE 4.27. I wonder if that would fix any of the crashing. I should look at the patch notes for 4.27 and see if there's anything in there. Actually, I'm going to do that right now. UE 4.27 patch notes. Where's the bug fixing list? Where's the bug fixing list? These are all editor crashes. Fixed a crash in F skeletal mesh object GPU skin get skin vertex factory when no valid LOD render data is available. If there's any crashes pointing towards nav mesh or the path following component, I might upgrade the project to 4.27. Wait, hold on. What is this list? Where are we? We're in network emulation. Fixed a crash caused by checking compile results when the rendering thread is suspended. It'll fix some crashes and add 12 more. Yeah, maybe. The thing is, all of these crashes are in here. Are they specifically editor crashes, or do they also pertain to crashes that could be in a packaged build? This is also network emulation. I don't know why so many Niagara crashes are in network emulation. I'm kind of confused as to why they are here. If I see anything about the PF component or path following component, fixed a crash that occurred when spawn event handlers kill particles. Are you even a real dev? Dude, the game has so many random crashes. I don't even know where to get started on fixing them. And I'm like kind of a newbie when it comes to debugging crashes still. We're still in online. We're in Chaos Cloth now. We're in rendering now, which could be good. You know, Craney? You're doing yaw? Started you off on a side quest? I've been looking at this because we have some really weird crashes that I just... None of them are... They all point at a specific component, but I don't know if it's actually true or not. PF component is the path following component. And I don't know what's going on. Fixes D3, D12 race condition for active generations. Random GPU crashes, hangs, possibly fixed numerous texture curve range. What am I doing? I'm looking through the... So we currently use UE 4.26. The last version that's in UE4 is 4.27. I'm wondering if I'm really quickly just gandering through and seeing if there's any crash fixes for that might point at the crashes that we get in the game. So that's what I'm looking at, to see if there's anything that points specifically at stuff that I've seen before. That being said, I don't think so. I should look at... Wait, hold on. Fixed a re-entrance crash with UWorld update level streaming. We do have some crashes when we do level streaming. Fixed a re-entrance crash. Crash fixed a crash that occurred when changing nav mesh generation parameters. That would probably be editor based. That would probably be editor based rather than in-game packaged. The re-entrance one could be one. You know, golden. I wonder how difficult it would be to upgrade our our project though, especially since there's some C++. That might not be fun. Wait, go back. Fix a crash which occurred when a new empty generator is added to an EQS query template while an EQS testing pawn is using it. Maybe it could be worth testing it in the test branch. Here, Corrado. Let's play Mind's Eye. Oh yeah, let's play Mind's Eye. That was me playing Mind's Eye. The game's not broken. It's just it has some crashes that are inexplainable. And I think they're engine side crashes specifically. Mostly pertaining to, I think, the path following, which is really, like, really fucking pissing me off. Where are we at? Control rig? I don't use control rig. But that being said, there's so many fucking things in here that don't necessarily pertain to control rig. I don't know, dude. We could try upgrading the project to 4.27 and maybe it could help. Maybe it could help. USD, don't care. VR. Bunch of editor crashes from the looks of it. This could be something. Child actor components destroy child actor. Added null checks to prevent garbage collection crash. It could be garbage collection. The crashes are so random, it seems like it'd be a garbage collection problem because it just happens so randomly. Null checks to prevent garbage collection crash and child actor component destroy child actor. This also seems familiar. Get Skin Vertex Factory. It could be worth it. It could be worth spending the time to update to 4.27. Is UE all C++? For the most part. There's some C#, if I remember correctly. Everyone's roasting poor Mind's Eye. It's just not a good game, man. Especially when they're trying to... I don't think it was the dev company trying to narrate it like that, but the narrative really seemed like, oh, hey, it's the GTA producer. It's going to be as good as GTA or better. And I think that narrative was just not good. UE bug reports. Issues in bug tracker. Second mesh component reports path following component crash. Is this what life is really about? I'm about to look through 369 pages. Can I go Unreal Engine? Can I search up 4.26? Oh, look at that. It's 4.7.3. That's great. Thanks. Good fucking searching system, you sack of shit. Program. 974 pages. I have a question, Crimson. After releasing the game, will you continue adding more content or we start another project? I will most likely start another project. Just go into the UE source code and fix it, duh. I've worked with UE source code. I don't ever want to work with UE source code version ever again, if I have to. I'll try to when I get more experience with C++, but I'm not fucking doing it. It just caused way more problems and did not solve anything. Honestly, it really didn't. It just wasted my fucking time. It's funny how I search a pfcomp and nothing comes up. Even online, pfcomp doesn't come up. So then, am I debugging incorrectly? Probable. Maybe I'm just not debugging correctly. You could be the one to finally fix UE. I'm going to be the John Nanite that everyone wanted. The real John. I'll be the real John Nanite. No, I'm not that smart, man. I'm not that smart. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. Listen, while I do talk shit about Timmy Sweeney, I will admit, you know, he started something pretty good, but I'm not at that level. Did you hear how John Nanite started crowdfunding? Started crowdfunding like recently or like back when he did? PF component. Path following crash. I love how I search up crash and it specifically just points at the specific word crash. Recently he started a GoFundMe, I think, or something like that. How much money does it have? Put more weapons or something like that? I'm just curious. Probably not. I don't want to make any false promises, Elp. You know, if that's a deal breaker, I apologize, but after 1.0, I'm probably... There is no guarantee that I will update the game further. I just kind of want to move on. Man, can I not just search up... No, this doesn't result in a crash. Yo, this is crazy. This bug report was created in 2022. It was updated in 2025 and it was backlogged. No, he made a website to point people to his YouTube channel to do super thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I don't... He used to have a website or like a part on his website to donate, and then he completely moved everything to YouTube instead. Crash when toggling the smart link enabled state of a NavLink proxy, specifically in a packaged game targeting debug/development. But this is 5.5.1. I'm gonna have to do this off stream because this is gonna take a while, but it could be worth trying to upgrade the project to 4.27. Searching this sucks balls, man. It sucks. I can't specifically search up a version. I can't, like, this fucking sucks. This sucks balls. Is there any specific searching way I can search even further with like more? Like if it's a crash, component, UE, foundation, core, UE framework, UE graphics features, UE AI navigation. Crash. Effects version is 4.27. Oh great, there's another crash on 4.27. It was fixed in 5.2. Love that for me. UE5. UE5. I can't even search up the version. Man, this fucking sucks, man. This sucks, dude. This is shit. What are we looking at? Bullshit. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at some bullshit. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at a bunch of bullshit. .14. Can I search up 4.26? Aha, 4.26. Using an instance synced property on Blackboard causes a crash when exiting Pi. Man. I search up 4.26 and it comes up with 4.19. This is awful, dude. That's, dude. Ugh, man. Dude, ugh. Come on, dude. Epic. Dude. Whatever. Let me just... The crashes are completely random. So, I received a crash a couple days ago. It's when they shot an explosive barrel. Okay, I put an is valid in there just in case. Even though if an interface is trying to call something, it shouldn't. Nonetheless, there's an invalid check there now. Then I received a crash of someone picking up a shotgun and their game crashed. Here's where I'm thinking what's going wrong. I think it's happening in random instances. I think garbage collection is occurring at that exact moment where they do something and then it causes some issues. I don't know. Yeah, restart chapter, I could probably figure out like where I could fix that. Maybe I make it so we unload levels before we start loading new levels. That is one way I could fix it, potentially. We did see a crash that was fixed in 4.27, specifically pointing at reloading streaming levels. So maybe 4.27 would fix that one. Here's the problem. It's probably going to introduce a whole bunch of new crashes, which is fucking annoying. And a whole bunch of bugs and issues. Just full send and go to 5.6. Surely no problems will pop up. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. Garbage collection issue? Yeah. The thing is, all of the crashes point... It has a specific code of 0040. 0x00000040. Some of them are at 0x00000, which I think is it trying to reference something that is null. But I can't tell when those occur. Just put it to the search branch for third person. My cursor just doesn't move at all. It works perfectly in top down, but I can't turn or aim anything with my mouse in third person. Any advice? Just booted up the test branch for third person. My cursor just doesn't move at all. Works perfect in top down, but I can't turn. My cursor doesn't move at all. It works perfect in time. I can't turn or aim anything with my mouse in third person. I know there's one issue with the pause screen, but... what setting could potentially break that? Like if you turn on URVR, oh man, it still works. Even with it turned on. Albeit you're not supposed to turn that on if you're not using UEVR. Did they have their look sensitivities set to 0? No, their game works in top-down, supposedly. I don't know what setting could potentially cause that. We'll see. One crash there, or one issue there is when you restart mission, the mouse does get fucky, so I just want to see. My cursor doesn't move at all. Can't turn or aim anything with my mouse in third person. Okay, weird. That's a weird one. Why does making games have to be so difficult? Why does this shit have to be so hard? Okay, muzzle flash. So let's go to the game instance and let's add that to the list. Okay. All right. Game.show tracers? What is that? Oh. Custom muzzle flash. All right, so we'll register the Boolean. No problemo. And then anytime we spawn a muzzle flash, which I think is in the somewhere. Stop doing that. Stop it. Okay. Just press the make it work button, streamer. I just want to press the go next game button so then I can start with a better code base. This game's code base is starting to crack at the seams. It's definitely starting to crack at the seams, let me tell you. Starting to crack at the seams. It's starting to break apart a little bit. The game dev urge to tear it all down and start over. I think I've gotten past that stage as a game developer. Well, at least for now. We'll see what kind of bad habits I start getting back into when I start the next game. Ideally, I'd want to upgrade my workflow a little bit, but you know how it goes. The unknown crashes are the worst though. Those, like, I feel so, when it comes to bugs, I can figure those out. When it comes to crashes, it is, I'm like powerless. Like I literally, a lot of the time I don't know what's going on. Like I was able to fix the intro crash, the one when you like pass the tunnel and then you restart the mission or whatever. I believe I was able to fix that one, I think. Okay, that's the muzzle flash right there. What sort of next game do you have in mind? I don't know. I have a huge list of different projects and prototypes that I've worked on and different ideas. It could be the zombie roguelite game that I wanted to work on. And I probably will work on Inevitably at some point, because I think ideally that would be a great long-term game to do. It could be like a fun, chill kind of idle clicking game kind of thing where you're like building up resources and it's kind of survival-esque in that respect. We have the demon game where you have a sword in first person, kind of like Devil Daggers inspired or whatever. A bunch of other fucking ideas. Similar to Project Zomboid? Not really. It's like taking The Last of Us's no return roguelite mode and then kind of making a third person survival-ish version of it. I don't know how to listen. I don't know how I would explain it. I have gameplay like in my head of how I would go about doing it. I would definitely include a lot more like physics-based stuff, kind of Helldivers inspired. Particle parameter. I think it's a vector. I've been loving it a lot. Thanks for the great work, and I'm happy to catch a stream by chance. Hey, hell yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying it. The perfect gift. Suit for hire. The holidays are coming up in 6 months. No, it's June, but, you know, hey, the holidays are coming up. Can I turn a singular value into an entire parameter? I don't think so. This is custom.muzzleflash. Custom muzzleflash. If it's turned on, we want it on. Otherwise, don't go on. Turn off. Let's see if it works. So that's with it turned on. Now in the video settings, we now have a show muzzle flash setting. Okay, I think what was glowing there actually? That one's fine. That one works. What about this one? That one works. How about the shotgun? Wait. Ain't no way. Wait a second. Wait a second. Don't tell me. The shotgun projectile has a light attached to it? It has a point light. What? Huh? May I ask if your background is in computer science or the arts? I didn't go to school. Well, I finished high school, but I didn't go to post-secondary. I don't know. I guess I technically... My first things I did was I was messing around with Blender and graphic design. I wasn't good at it. I'm still not that good at it. Well, I argue I'm okay at it now. And then I started going into Unreal Engine stuff. Was mostly more of an artist starting out, and then I guess I kind of transitioned more into a technical kind of background, I guess. But I didn't go to school. I didn't go to school. I am surprised that the bullets have a point light attached to them. Do gun tracers even emit light? Does anyone know if gun tracers even emit any light at all? I don't know if I guess maybe tracers do, but... Okay, well, at least the The bullet light is not as bright as the muzzle flash. I think people are going to appreciate having that setting, so that's good. I definitely can see, like, that for example is like too much. It does get pretty in certain levels. It becomes extremely prominent just how in your face it is. All right, cool. We added that. Where is that? So anybody who's epileptic, that should hopefully help. Did I teach myself algorithms, data structures, databases, discrete mathematics, and system programming? Nah, I just kind of made shit. And then slowly, accidentally learned all that stuff. Some of it I still don't know. Someone's like, object-oriented programming. I don't know what that means. I probably accidentally used it while working on stuff. Oh, what about data-oriented programming? I don't know. I don't really know. I just work on the game. I don't really, I just make game. I just push the make game button. I don't really, like, I sometimes do some research into that kind of stuff to kind of understand, like, what sort of things am I actually using on a day-to-day basis. But I literally, I just do everything from a basis of, okay, how can this help me make thing? Okay, let me try to, like, put some common sense, attach common sense to it, I guess. The delay release till tomorrow button. I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. Let me see that Steam post. See if there was an update by chance. Booted up the test branch for third person. My cursor doesn't move at all. I can't turn or aim anything with my mouse in third person. More about patterns of full screen flashing. Yeah, but I could see some of the levels, because of the way it's colored, the muzzle flash, I could see that being somewhat full screen and a little bit discomforting. So it's there. It's there anyways. You know what I mean? You know, it's there nonetheless. So I think I'll probably be using that setting, because sometimes I do find it to be a little bright. This is it with it turned off. Yeah, visual fatigue and whatnot. Peace out, Taba. Have a good one. We'll see if kicking the door is fixed in the new version. It's kind of annoying. It's one of these bugs that I can't really reproduce myself in the editor. I love those. Those are great. I love those bugs. Love that. Is this being used at all? Muzzle flash large. The dragon breath. Uh-oh. Does the dragon breath still have a muzzle flash that I should know about? I think that's just... I don't think so, but maybe? I was actually thinking when an enemy gets fire attached to them, they should take damage slowly. They don't do that currently, so as you can see, this guy's just on fire. And I have a feeling people would like that kind of detail. That being said, we only use the Dragon Breath shotgun in like 2 or 3 levels. So, hiya! Can you make it so your leg gets stuck in the door once you kick and you can't move? Brother, at that point, I might as well just make it so if you kick the door down, it breaks your leg. And then you have to go to the hospital. And then you're playing real life. Okay? Alright, we might as well go the distance. Okay. That sounds really immersive. And then you got to pay the hotel hospital bill. Okay? Then you got to pay the hospital bill. And then you go into debt forever. And then you start dealing drugs instead because ain't no fucking way that desk job paying for them bills, right? And then you're playing GTA. That's the plot of GTA right there. Welcome to GTA. That's just GTA. Get up, Johnny. Meth do be paying the bills. How do you know that? How do you know that? I gotta go to the bathroom. I plead the fifth. I'll be right back. I go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right. Hey. Hello. Did I fix the reverse aiming bug? Reverse aiming bug. Is that like the one where countering and diving at the same time causes the camera to go crazy? Is that one? A few more years and screen's just gonna be gameplay videos? It's gonna be a bunch of different games. It's gonna be a bunch of different games. It's gonna be the whole God Mode collection. One day we'll have a God Mode collection. The God Mode collection. That'll be sick. Are there going to be more executions? There's just the few that I added here, like some of the hand-to-hand executions, but in terms of like gun executions, I can't guarantee anymore. I can't guarantee anymore. Because if I want to fix the current executions that have weird animation fuckery, I'm going to have to fix all of them. Which means I have to re-export all of those animations. Oh, I think I fixed those, Johnny. I think that one's fixed. That one's been fixed. For the most part. I have this task in here, but I'm not sure if this is actually like... Oh, I know what's going on here, actually. Yeah, this is different. It's a different issue. But the one where it's like you switch to third person or whatever after leaving a certain area, that one should be fixed now. I have not experienced any consistent... I have not been able to experience any crashing on Cathedral. I've not been able to experience any of that. So, unfortunately, going to cross that one out for now. Because I can't reproduce it. This I was able to reproduce, though. This I was able to reproduce without an issue. Yeah, I don't know which patch it was. It was like a couple patches ago on the test branch, if I remember correctly. Am I just testing an editor? No, whenever I receive a report of a bug, I try to reproduce it in the shipping build. And if I'm able to reproduce it in the shipping build, okay, it's a confirmed issue. I'll then try to reproduce it in the editor if I can. So then that way it's easier for me to reproduce it. But I always try to test it in the package build. It's nice if I can reproduce it in the editor, because then it's easier to test it. But it's... A lot of times crashes will mostly occur in the shipping build, unfortunately. Which is great. Love that. Love that for my job, for working on this. Love crashes. Love them. They're great. Love working on crashes. Okay. Let me, added more checkpoints to level, improved aim assist and controller. Added crosshair settings, added muzzle flash setting. I didn't hear the answer to my question. Can you repeat it? There probably won't be. There probably won't be. I can't guarantee more executions. At this point of the game, I can't guarantee new like content or features unless it's like a quality of life setting that I could see being relatively easy to put in. Or like polishing some of the levels. I do want to polish the current executions, which is a lot of work. So, yeah. Hotel. Level looks like ass in third person. Need to improve the wall/window so much of what was done in the art exhibit. I think I was in the middle of working on that and I didn't finish it. Guys? This is currently in the test branch. Guys, it appears I messed up a little bit. Do I have a half wall? I don't think I do. Like a 200 by 400? I don't think I do. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do custom scale Z 0.5. And then we're going to change the Z UV. Okay. And then we're going to work on this here. Like this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Copy. Let's zero this out. Copy. Paste. Copy. Wait, hold on. Delete that. And then zero that out again. Copy, paste. Delete that. And then this last one. There we go. So now we have it all in separate sections. So now this will be 0.5 and custom scale 0.5. There we go. So now we're making all the windows and stuff consistent. Very nice. This doesn't have a ceiling. We can fix that. Wait, what would the ceiling be in a building like this? Probably just like a flat, white, kind of stucco, probably. -1. I'm doing the rule that I shouldn't be doing, but I'm doing it anyways. Technically shouldn't do that, but I'm doing it anyways. And then the ceiling, we're going to do mansion white. Nice. That's kind of ugly looking, which really pisses me off. That really makes me mad. There you go, good enough. Is the Dune game good? I haven't tried it. I don't know if it's my cup of tea. That being said, I like survival games, but I don't know if it's my cup of tea. Did I scale this down? I did. Technically unnecessary. I didn't give these the third person tag. Do I need to? I think I do. Do I? Hold on, I'm having second thoughts. Yeah, it would probably look nicer. That being said, I kind of really like that you can see there. The only problem is that covers any enemies that are going to be in here. So that's not very nice. Yeah. Maybe I could just set these to be third person only. The problem is we're gonna have to change these anyways, because there's supposed to be windows there. Okay. Zero tiling, 0.5. Custom scale, 0.5. All right. Gonna make this place look real pretty. It's gonna be real pretty over here. What I don't understand is this is a different wall piece when it really doesn't need to be, but whatever. Again. Okay. Do I grind games or have no interest? I play some games, but I don't know if I don't know if I'd say I grind them anymore. I don't know if I'd say I'm like grinding games these days, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, I play a lot of games, but not to that extent anymore, I think. Ooh. Nah, I don't know if we want reflective ceiling, but that could look kind of cool. But I think we're just going to stick with mansion white. Kind of a more flat color. We'll see what I end up doing. This doesn't need a tag. So that's okay. This will have to be fixed though. Okay, guess that's still doing that bug. Of course it is. He does intensive research on them. I don't grind games, I do research. That's true. It's true. It's true. Do the same thing here. Give it the right material. And then we're all in business. Still got a little bit of Z fighting, so what we'll do is we'll change the scale. I think it was the Y. Nope, it's the X. Okay, it would appear that's not what it was. It was that, it's just, it wasn't enough. Okay. Like these days, whenever I want to play a game, I'm just playing, right now, just Marvel Rivals or Deadlock. Honestly, those are my two games that I've been playing right now. RuneScape? No, I'm out of RuneScape. I got out of the trenches. Luckily. Is this just RuneScape with guns? Sure. It could be whatever you want it to be. Game dev, Rivals, and Deadlock? You really hate yourself? Yeah. It's really the worst combination, eh? The worst combination of games I could be playing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete these, because these kind of details, I'm going to have them in the actual window mesh itself. I wouldn't mind having these go all the way up though. Like, it would be cool to have these be like an arch, but we'll just do that for now. Will you be playing Felt That Boxing? I'll probably watch someone stream it, but me playing it myself, probably not. Me, myself playing it, probably not. Enshrouded? I've heard good things about Enshrouded. Ghost Recon Wildlands? I was doing some research on Ghost Recon Wildlands at one point. I think I'm going to delete this side, and the reason for that is because I'm going to probably copy paste the other side altogether. Probably going to be the way to go. So here's what we're going to do. This is also going to be scaled by 0.5 because we need to finish off this little piece there. This piece at the top is too tall. Of course it is. So again, we're going to do this. There we go. Oh. Why is this so awkwardly scaled? Great. Great. That's fantastic. That's good for me. Love that for myself. That's not happening. So let's just go ahead and do what, 0.25? Yikes! 0.33. Sure. Which means the tiling is going to be 0.33. Close enough. I'm okay with that. These are probably going to be moved anyways, but I'm going to scale them up. I bet $1,000 that the new Windows will be like Linux in 2 years. You kidding me? They're going to bloat it with more spyware and shit. Brother, you kidding me? That's just going to it's just going to be more bloated. That's what it's realistically going to be. The new Windows will just be AI clutter? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactamundo. Now, here's a problem. We have a window here, but we have an elevator here. I didn't really think that part through very much. This building's kind of weird. But I really like the windows coming through. So, do you think anybody will notice? You think anybody will notice? I don't think so. Here's an idea. We move this all the way over here. We'll figure out the size difference of this. And then what we can do Okay, we'll keep that there for now. We're gonna have to figure out this part here. Does Fortnite have a patent on their build mechanics? Because I've never seen a game copy that. I don't think they have a patent on it, but I would just search it up, I guess. I'm not sure. Did I accidentally move it up? I think I did. Vertex Align works perfectly. 0% of the time. It works 0% of the time. All right, close enough. I'm an eyeball it kind of guy. Plenty of games have something very similar to Fortnite. It's just not used for competitive shooter. Right, right. Just not really used in the same context. I hate these kind of light blockers that I have to create because I feel like it's such a janky way of doing this stuff, but it's the only way I could think of like blocking the moonlight. The other way would be doing double-sided walls for the actual walls. But I feel like that's probably more problematic in its own way. Like, I don't know if this is like an industry standard thing. Like, maybe they don't do this. Maybe they like manually put moonlight coming through or something like that. I don't know. Most do an emissive material or a light in a cube. Sounds about right. Yeah, Ben. Fortnite in 1 year won't be a game anymore. Probably it can survive its destruction if it became GTA 7. You know, what time is it? 5:47. Okay, it's almost 6. Jeez. I wrote something different. Okay, let me read it word for word. Fortnite in 1 year, not a game anymore. ... Probably it can't survive its destruction. It is destruction of becoming GTA 7. Right. That's word for word what you wrote. Can anybody decipher this? Anybody? Do we have a linguist in the room? It says that the Veep 1.0 is delayed till tomorrow. You motherfucker. Windows 10 is the last major Windows version, though, guys. Yeah, remember when they said Windows 10 was the last version? That was full on fucking bullshit. That was never gonna happen. I'm mostly afraid what the fuck Epic is doing to us for UE6. They're more focused on left up forward, which I think is the stupidest fucking. Such a what a waste of resources. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just a guy that uses the engine. If anything, I'm more of a problem because I just don't know how to do any of this stuff myself. So that's why I need to learn C++. I'm a fake game dev. Not real. I'm not real. Okay. Let's get a window in here. The only version people should be using is Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC, long-term support, end of story. Here's the problem with that. That shit costs like a limb. So unless you have like a ton of money to be able to afford getting the LTSC, like I'm going to get the long-term support for consumers, which I think they only give you like 1 year, which is just delaying the inevitable. But we'll see. You can get the thing and use it as normal Windows just with the watermark. I think the thing is those have less feature support. There's like something different about the enterprise version that I remember hearing about, but I didn't dive into the details on it. I did not dive into the details. There we go. Cool. I might even keep the developer grid material. Fuck it. Who's gonna judge? Developer white. I kind of want it to look like the brick material. So I might actually put the brick material on that. Yeah, I like that. And then for the black, we can do like, let's do a white glossy material. Cool. And then let's give them the third person only tag. All right, let's group it. Huh? Ideally, it would be cool to have it so the windows go directly to the edge. Maybe we do that, and then we just extend this wall all the way to that edge. Wait, what? There's a fake HDRI in here? That's what I was seeing. I was like, what am I seeing? There's something weird going on. What is going on in here? It's got like a cube map or something in here. What the hell is that? No, it doesn't have one. That must be the skylight? Yeah, that's what it is. Ah. We have a sunset. But that doesn't really align with the sphere. This is like full-on nighttime. What? Yeah, it looks fine. Fuck it. Are we still doing the 3D stuff for the art exhibit? No, this is for the hotel. The art exhibit is basically good to go. I'd say it's basically good. I'm not gonna go crazy trying to fucking fix that shit. Like, I'm not gonna go super crazy for that. Admittedly, I will not go out of my way to fix that stuff that far. It looks fine as is. All right. Sick. So let's double check this side. Okay, looking good. Let me check the light maps. Looking good. Okay, so now what we can do is copy this entire side. I think I forgot to pick up the walls too. I don't know how I'm going to mirror all this. I guess we're just gonna find out. Please tell me this is. Is it on the grid? I think it is. Yes. Yes. How do you only show this? Only visibility, only show, only selected. That should be a hotkey. That honestly should be a hotkey. Show only selected. I should make that a hotkey. In Blender, it's the backslash button on the numpad. Hell yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, Control H rather than Shift H. I think in Blender it's Shift H. I don't remember. I think. I'm not sure, actually. And then I'm going to do the illegal, and I'm going to also make this negative. That was the wrong one. I'm going to do this one. There we go. Oh, shit. It's one less window. Huh? Because there's like this corner piece here. No problem. No problem. We can fix that. Okay. And then these meshes, which is our shadow casting meshes, we're going to drag it behind. Then the windows, we need to drag these behind a little bit because they're sticking out too much. Okay, and then the last piece we need to fix, just this. There are duplicates, it would appear. Please tell me that's not the entire thing. Okay, it was just that. Technically, none of these need to be third-person visible, but since we mostly fixed it... Uh-oh. How are things going anyway? Is it April 6th soon? It is. We're getting close to April 6th. We're getting very close to April 6th. Found a cool way to do the light flickering from a fluorescent tube malfunction. How are you doing it? With like time and... I one time did that effect. What I did is I went through time and I have like a texture panning and it just went through it over time. And that's how I did it for that one. So now the final new level you're adding is going to be called April 6th, right? No? Oh man, it does kind of look really bland having these pillars not going to the ceiling though. I can't be bothered, man. Let's see what it looks like in third person. In top down, there's a couple walls that I think I could probably set to invisible. Yeah, I think I'm just going to set them to invisible, honestly. As much as I think it'd be cool to have these visible, I think it just makes my life easier to not show these. Okay. Let's see what it looks like in top down real quick. Just making sure that there's no bugs. Pretty sure that bullet just went through the wall. Let's just ignore that ever happened. Don't know how that happened. No clue how that happened. Let's just assume it never happened. We have to bake the lighting in here, but I think we're looking good. I can see that the static meshes don't have hidden shadows turned on. So that will have to be something I fix. But looks good, I think. It looks better than the monstrosity that we had before. It looks more like an actual level. That being said, the ceiling is extremely boring. This is supposed to be a whole thing where there's like arches and stuff. I just... Listen, man. I can't be fucking bothered right now, dude. I cannot be bothered. So this is good. The only thing I want to do now is just give these hidden shadows. By the way, I think it should be fine, but let's see. Hidden shadow, turn that on. Well, let's do a test bake real quick. I'll do a preview build, hotel. 100%. Hope bug fixing is going well. It's a bit of a mix of bug fixing and polishing today and some quality of life stuff. I don't know if we fixed any bugs. We attempted. We attempted some bug fixing. Where was the door issue? Oh, right here. We'll see if that'll be fixed. Can maybe put a horizontal beam connecting the pillars and another level pillars on that beam. Yeah, I thought about it. We'll see what kind of edits I end up doing. Oh, right. I did notice that extra collision on the cathedral. I don't know what the fuck that is. Okay, this looks okay for a preview build. Huh? Where's this file? This doesn't exist. That file does not exist. Now it does. Different noises have different behaviors. I see. UE6 better abandon Windows? What is this guy waffling about? UE6 better abandon Windows? That's like telling a toaster to stop toasting bread. You better stop toasting bread right now, or else I'm gonna move to the air fryer instead. The air fryer can do a better job than you can, and it can also cook chicken wings. I kind of miss having a toaster, I'm not gonna lie. With your elevator, how much of it is in a blueprint? Oh, look, the fire alarm turned on. I don't have a toaster. Yeah, my toaster broke a while back. Can UE5 only do DX12? I can do DX11, pretty sure. Like the moving elevator? It's basically all in a blueprint, Ben. Man, what is going on? I'll be right back. Hello. Did I read that in my TikTok chat? Krim, what's the name of this song? Where There Is Darkness by Paul Leonard Morgan? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can still turn on DX11 or SM5 in UE5. Pretty sure they still allow you to do that. There's some really weird TikTok. Dude, I think I'm convinced all people commenting on TikTok are like bots or something. I don't know. It feels so TikTok. TikTok's weird, man. I doubt UE5 would turn off like DX11 and force it to go into DX12. That would be psychotic if they did that. That'd be psycho mode. Okay, so this was apparently the bug where the bullets are going through enemies? Was it that one right there? It did shoot to the left, but I'm not 100% certain. I feel like that should have hit. It's so funny because I changed literally nothing with the bullets. That looks like it also should have hit. Why is that happening? That also looks like it should have been a hit as well. I don't know if I'm just bad or it's bugged. At least on video, it does. Like, I think you might have missed the second guy. That kind of looks like you're aiming at his body. But that first guy, like, you can see where the bullet is going. It hit right there. Slightly to the left. Okay. Weird. Weird. I even increased the size of the head, so that's a bit weird. Hmm. I was for 30 minutes or more doing the video. I feel like when I play online games, my games get bugged if I don't pay for cosmetics. That's cope, brother. That's just your skills. That's just copium, brother. That's just the copium speaking. Man, I can't tell. It does kind of look like a hit. But you can see where the bullet is going. You can see the where it hits. Yeah, that was definitely like not on target. He's aiming here, but then the bullet ends up there. it Do you have any other settings enabled, Elp? I'm curious. Do you have any other settings at all enabled? Can you take like a screenshot of like take like a screenshot of this and I guess this, but I already know some of your settings here with like the laser and stuff. What's their resolution? Yeah, what's your resolution as well? Maybe I can try to test it in your resolution. But that being said, I think this is still 16 by 9. This looks like a 16 by 9 resolution. It's just maybe like 1920 by 1080. Okay, so I don't think it's that. This is level of bank. It's a hotel, but using a bank as a reference or as inspiration. Time to freeze my game. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, Alp. What was that song 2 songs ago? Motherfucker, man. Human Elements by Mick Gordon? This one? I need like a exclamation mark song button now. Off, on, off. On, off. And 70 degrees third person field of view. Does the field of view cause a aiming bug? I don't think it would. Something else was going on there. Something else was going on there. I forget what the default is. I'm sure it's like something like that. Which level was that? Do I have any bounding boxes there? That's so weird. Are they on controller? No, this is a mouse and keyboard. It could be a miss, but it really doesn't look that way. It really doesn't look like a miss, at the very least. What's crazy is that I actually have increased their head size by a bunch. Should I send the other clips? Yeah, go for it. When am I releasing the third person view? It's currently on the beta branch. But it'll be a part of the 1.0 update officially this summer. I can't say an exact date because I don't want to I don't want to get grilled. Yeah, dude, the head is so big. Look at how are we not hitting the head in that shot? Hold on. New trailer looks cool, dude. Thank you. I do have some things I want to improve for the 1.0 release trailer. I think mainly like making the AI look a little bit more responsive would be a nice addition. Where could the problem be occurring from missing that shot? Do you see the new Mind's Eye game? Mind's Eye, huh? $200+ million USD to develop, by the way. Money isn't real. It's like a fake. It's fake. It's not real. Doesn't make any sense. Could it be the door? Is our character trying to aim at the door? This interact box? No. Hmm. He's curving his bullet. That's why it's missing. Money doesn't buy good taste. I have nothing to say. I don't want to be a... I don't know. Yes, you do. I don't want to... I got nothing to say. What? How could that happen? How could it... Which gun was he using? Seems like default pistol. Man, what happened? It looks like it should have hit. At the same time... Let's go frame by frame. It happens on all the weapons, not only on default. Here it would have been a miss, but aim to the right. If only this brightness wasn't here, I'd be able to see the HUD. It's not really an excuse. I should probably be fucking... Should probably fix that. A little bit of a contrast issue there. I don't know. I think a K9. There's a little bit of influence and inspiration from all sorts of different sources. Flashbang! Yeah, that did look kind of weird. It looks like it hit to the left. Okay. That definitely looks like a hit. Is it just this level? Is there projectile travel or is there hit scan? It's both. It's traveling and hit scan at the same time. Did I pay for those views? Yes, I totally paid for those views. It happens in other levels too. Huh. If you make it purely hit scan, it'll fix it? Yeah, but... that would just make bullets... That would make bullet time fucking whatever. The problem is, why is the bullet traveling to the left? Why is it traveling to the left? And why is this suddenly happening? Or was it always happening before? Was it, instead of trying to shoot, what is it, instead of it trying to hit the body, it was trying to aim for the hand? Was the first clip also a Merc? Yeah, but he wasn't aiming. Dude, I don't know. What happened? What the heck happened? Show bones. Show physics. I can't show physics asset. Show collision. Let me try it in the actual game. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm missing. Oh. Wait, was he playing in... He was playing default shoulder perspective. How can you move the camera to the other shoulder? Z. Z is the default. And I think it's in the settings menu. Swap shoulder. Like here, I could see this being problematic. The laser shows that it's going through it. But it's hitting the wall to the left. Which looks awkward. Oh, hey. Something weird going on right here. I'm going to lower the volume just because it's kind of like annoying me. Is it the table? No, there's something weird going on. What did I change in the third person shooting? Like, the fuck did I what? What's the ultimate option for? Ultimates are your weapon ultimate. So for the default weapon, you load your bullets with like penetrating bullets, so you can hit multiple enemies. For other weapons, it does other things. Like the deagle, you whip out a second deagle. The revolver, it goes kind of like Deadeye kind of style, where you can mark a bunch of shots. So it's like a weapon ultimate. Is it about actually firing from the bearer's position? It could be problematic. It does, but I do a bunch of calculations to make sure that it fires correctly. Let's see what's going on. Can I reproduce this in editor? No, it's not. It's not aim assist. Or at least I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I don't use it. Yeah, there's a built-in. Well, in third person it wouldn't be activating. That would be something in top down. I did edit something in here. I know I did, to try to fix something. So I think in fixing it, I broke something. Because there's glass there. There's glass here as well. Does it matter if I aim? Oh, that's not the button I meant to press. Does it matter if I aim at an enemy? It might, but it is also hitting glass. I think I know what the problem is. I think I know what the problem is. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Hello. I know I have a system in here for glass. This fucking mess. If the next index is valid, get the next index. I have some ideas. If we successfully hit an enemy, oh, not really. That's not really what I want. Yeah, the glass is the problem here. The glass is the culprit. What the glass doing? Glass being an ass. It's because it's a system that I made for like penetrating multiple glass windows and stuff, but it's having the byproduct now where if we initially hit an enemy and there's a glass really far away, for example, like this, I think what it's trying to do is it's trying to aim for that. I think that's what's going on. Yeah, it's the glass. So, let's say we hit an enemy and then it hits glass. And it doesn't hit anything. This is only checking if it's glass. Let's do this. Actor has tag aim assist. What I want to check is once we reach here, I want to check the current fire hit result. And check that it does not have aim assist. I think that's what I'd like to do. It's a bit of a stupid system, but so if we have a hit result that is hitting an enemy currently, then it should no longer miss. Hold on, let me just do that a little better. Okay, but then the question begs, if I have multiple layers of glass and I'm aiming for an enemy, am I gonna hit him? I just missed the first shot. It's because he just... So that part should still work. I'm getting some errors though. Access done. Try to read property, hit actor in the branch, which is probably what we just added. What I am guessing... Not great. Oh god. Ah! Ah! Put that in there. If true, this. If false, just go true. And if index, well then we need to check if this is valid. There we go. Our safe select. Fucking stupid bullshit. No bugs. Okay, so, but then, and then, and then, but then. This might require some testing, but I believe this should fix the weirdness that the glass is causing. The Michael Jackson bug happens with any enemy. Yeah, that issue I'll fix up, no problem. That's another issue right here that I wouldn't mind trying to fix. That's one thing I wouldn't mind trying to fix as well. It's when you get too far ahead and then an enemy gets in front of you, it doesn't recalculate it properly. The threshold is like weird. I would like to fix that as well. So one problem is fixed, which is the glass interfering with aiming. Interfering with... Okay, so that should fix that. While still keeping our glass whole thing in. Which I think should be working just fine. Listen, can you not shoot my glass? I'm trying to test something here. Okay, I think that works. Yeah, we do some really weird calculations for aiming in third person. It's probably not the best way of doing things, but as long as I can get it to work properly and we get very consistent hits and everything like that, that's the biggest thing, so. Yeah, there's still a bug when an enemy is really close up. When an enemy is like literally right in your face, and they appear from behind you, that's something that I still have to fix. But in terms of the glass causing a problem, what you were showing me in these clips, that should technically be fixed in the next patch. It seems to occur whenever there's glass anywhere in the world behind where the enemy is, even if it's like behind a bunch of walls and whatnot. Although, honestly, it should probably ignore this check once we've hit a static object. Like, once we hit a static object, it should no longer be doing these checks. It doesn't need to do those checks anymore. But yeah. What happened if you add a first person mode? It could be interesting. I don't think it works for the game, unfortunately. Because it completely defeats melee combat. It would just make it look really bad, and executions would look weird. It just wouldn't look really good. 1 bug down, 3 new ones up? Probably. Unironically, probably. There we go. Clean that up a little bit. Hey, Mozzie. RE9. You know, I've never been a Resident Evil kind of guy, to be honest. Why not use C++? Just a skill issue. I plan on using it more in the future, but mostly just skill issue. Perfect answer? It's the only answer. C++ hard, compiled too long, testing longer, blueprint easy. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. Is Blueprint as good? Well, if it is any indicator, Suit for Hire is built like 95% of it is built in Blueprint. If there's bugs, that's my own problem. It's because I did them. I found another bug, but it's not too annoying, I think. What is it? Is it this video help? You know what? It's a feature. Can we make that? Can we turn that into a feature? Can we actually turn that into a feature? Honest question. At that could be a great way to throw enemies off a ledge, honestly. I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving it in. I'll leave it in. It looks funny, but like you have to like really be explicit to do that, because you got to grab the enemy and then dive. I think you're diving while grabbing them, right? I think that's what you're doing. Look at him. He turned into a Goomba. You're coming with me. Can you dive, like, while grabbing them? No, it cancels it. So it gets past the threshold of canceling it? Add body dismemberment? We have it. It's just random with a katana. There's an execution for it though. Wait, hold on. Oh shit. Whoops. Although it looks really weird for the merc because his entire suit comes with it. I kind of just want to make it. How can I turn it into a feature without it like looking weird? Ah, whatever. I'll just let you listen. Have your fun with it, okay? I'm not fixing that. It just looks funny. It just have your fun with it. New tech. New tech has been discovered. Okay, the glass should be fixed. What else was I doing? I don't remember anymore. Oh, Cathedral had that weird collision. You should add in-game currency. We were going to do that, and then I just decided not to. Where's this collision appearing from? I noticed the collision too. I ran into a box. I think it's this door frame. This door frame's fucking bugged. I think that's what it is. Either that or the door. Bro, we don't need crazy collision for this fucking door. Just box. Problem solved. How's this game not done yet? I don't know. A skill issue again, I guess. Probably just another case of skill issue. I'm a dummy. I think it's the door frame. ¿Por qué? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué? Hold on. Collision. Oh, look at that. It doesn't show up in the collision. It's like this random non-existent thing in the engine because fuck you, I guess. Oh, look. It's not there either. Wow, okay. What about collision visibility? Oh, wow. It's not there either. Thank you, Unreal Engine. Thank you, Unreal. Thank you for the extremely helpful fucking shit, man. Oh, wait, it's this wall. I think it's this wall. It had a negative X value. Guys, I think I figured out the problem. I think it was the wall. Now, you're probably wondering, why was it negative? I don't know. All right. Check them out. Check it out. It's still there. All right, hold on. Breakpoint, baby. Breakpoint. All right. Show me the first hit. Show me the first hit. All right. Show me the first. All right. Show me the details. Show me the details. How do I see the details? Don't fuck with me, Unreal. Show me the data. I forget how to fucking... What's my next project gonna be? Robbing a bank. I don't know yet. I actually have no idea. Can I create nodes? Yeah, I don't want to create the node. I just want to watch the value. Just show me the value. No debug data? Yeah, of course. Of course. How about this one? Show me the data. Why is it saying none? There's no blocking hit? Wait, huh? Was it, huh? It literally says true right here, man. Okay, step one, step in. Step in two. No, don't do that. Stop that. Step over. Step out. Aha. Yes, there we go. Hit actor. We hit the Merc. No, we didn't. We hit a wall. Man, Unreal, you're really like starting to annoy me. Oh, that's because we were reading from fire hit result. No, we weren't. Wait, hold on. Aha, we hit cube 3. We supposedly have hit cube 3 in the lobby. Okay, cube 3, that's where we need to look for a cube 3, okay? We need to look for a cube 3. Someone remember that? Cube 3? Cube 3. All right, cube 3. That's the back wall. That's some fucking bullshit. It's like not hitting. Oh my god. God. All right, hold on. I have an idea. How about we just turn off the collision of this fucking thing and then let's test it out. Maybe it's the door frame. I bet you it's the door frame. It is the door frame. You know how I know? Because I fucking know. I have news. Guys, I have news. It is not the door frame. It's made of wood. Man, what the hell? It's the wall. It's the fucking wall. The wall has a weird scale, which is doing some weird mumbo jumbo. It was never the door frame. All right, door frame, you're back in. It must be this weird scaling going on. What's happening right now? We got some weird collision stuff going on. Pretty sure this is just a cube, so it shouldn't, like, break the collision. Add Euphoria ragdoll physics. Yeah, let me just push the add Euphoria ragdoll physics button. It should be somewhere around here. Yeah. It should be an easy fix. Yeah, I'm getting on it. Let me just yeah. Where is it? Where's the button, man? Where's the button, dude? Can't find it. Next to the add co-op button? Where the fuck is that, man? Probably in the project settings. Euphoria. No. Did I spell that wrong? Euphoria. Maybe it's one of these. Enable editor live update. Right. You can't even get it? It was a joke? I know. Grok, add multiplayer to my game. Grok! Grok, crush that man's balls. Is the game ready to release yet? I got this weird fucking wall right here, and do you see it? Do you see it? Do you see the wall? Because I fucking can't. I swear we live in a simulation. This weird wall is being an asshole. It's hitting something. Alright, motherfucker. You want to play that way? Yeah, Woozy. Was this about you being high? High on life? So the first hit is wall generator 78. I'm going to assume this one is wall generator 78. Aha, okay. So for some reason the collision of this is exceeding it. Really? And it's because this wall, for some reason, I guess has like fucked up collision? Guess? Makes no fucking sense. I hate the collision in this thing, man. So scaling this object is causing it to be fucked. Remove the wall and add it back in. That wouldn't fix it. The thing is, because it's an instant static mesh, it does not appear properly in player collision. It just appears as the visual mesh. Why does it do that? I don't know. Unreal things. Okay, here's an idea. I have a great idea. Watch this. We're going to replace this with the architectural wall. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. The top one, I don't care for. Okay. Here's the problem with doing this, though. Does that look weird in top down? Ah, who gives a shit? And then I'm going to add this again, and I'm going to rotate it. And then I'm going to put it over here. And no one will ever know. Watch the collision still be fucked? That'd be funny. That'd be so funny. Oh, dude. Oh, that'd be so funny. I'm gonna laugh so hard, man. What the fuck? Why is there a big black hole? Why is that there? It's... Wait, what? It's still broken? Okay, now I'm actually confused. Alright, now I'm actually... Now I'm actually confused. Now I'm actually confused. Now I am actually genuinely confused. We swapped it out. Ball generator 78. We changed the X scale back to 1. Okay. The custom scale is 111. Okay. What happened with the art exhibit level? Wait, what do you mean? What happened to it? What do you mean what happened to it? Yeah, the art exhibit, I fixed the visuals of it a bit, so it doesn't look as ugly. Player feedback, change it for the greater good. Yeah, the older version of it, like the old version of it, the current version of it on the actual vanilla branch was just too big. It was just too, it was too much. So I made it a little bit more linear. All right, well, I think I fixed that. That was fucking stupid. You're right, it is based on relative scale. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I don't know. Whatever. It's fixed now. The golden door gives me Dark Souls flashbacks for some reason. I randomly switched the door to like gold and I was like, yo, that looks sick. And then I kept it. Put it in the patch notes so that I can feel better about myself. The game needs more arena maps. I think before I do that, I would want to like add more functionality to the arenas because some people find them pretty boring and I don't fully blame them. But guys, listen, all right. It's almost 5 p.m. You know what that means? It means I'm clocking out, okay? And we've been at 4 p.m. for 4 years now. Okay, it's been 4 p.m. for 4 years. I've been looking at the clock, waiting for it to be 5 p.m. for 4 years. You get what I'm saying here? Anybody work a job in their life here? Anybody? Any job workers in chat? Any job workers? Sorry if I disturbed you. No, you're good, Alp. You're good. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I would love to add more features to this game, but I also would love working on a different game. So they took my job. You know not to look at the clock. I don't have a clock in here. Got my phone. Who the hell needs a clock when you got a phone? Hold on, check my email. Business. No emails. Wait. No emails. None. Business is low. Business is low. New YouTube comment just dropped from Paul McCarter. Another stupid power gun fantasy game with horrific AI. That's what they think of us. All right, Paul. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the kind words, Paul. That was a based comment, Paul. Thank you, Paul. He looks like he plays hockey. Paul, I'm about to slap shot a fucking shot into your comment. Drop the fucking gloves, Paul. Paul, drop the fucking gloves. Let's fucking go, Paul. I want Demon Sword. I want Crimson Z. I want Idle Island Builder. Go, go, go. We're working on all of those. Everybody keeps asking me if I'm going to work on a game after this. What game am I going to work on? Well, guess fucking what, okay? I'm going to work on 3 fucking games after this, okay? I'm not doing that. Well, maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. Depends on how crazy I get. Only 3? You are retiring from game dev. If this game makes a few $1 million, I will take a trip to the Bahamas and disappear like Danny did. Where is Danny? Where is he? Where did he go? I think it'd be a good idea if you added utilities. What do you think about that? I have an idea. I send you my computer, and do you think you could put it in for me? You know, send it for like a week or 2. Can you also add a map editor? Brand new computer. I'll send you the keyboard and everything. It's got some gunk, but you know, it's not that bad. Just maybe you might want to clean it up a little bit or something. And the mouse. You can get the mouse too. It's new-ish and kind of disgusting still. Yeah. You'll have to figure out internet though. I can't help you with that one. Can you make it an MMORPG next? I did think about utilities though. It could be kind of cool, like perks. It's like an additional customization, but no new features. I'm not going to promise any new features, guys. I'm sorry. I've grown up. I can't promise any new features. No new content. Moving on. Oh, utilities like grenades. Oh, probably not. I like the idea of the player using their surroundings and what gets thrown at them, they use it to their advantage rather than like having utilities and whatnot. Plus, that's just more buttons, more tutorialization, more. It's just a huge. I wish game development was like, well, you just put it in your pocket and you fucking pull it out and. Well, unfortunately, it's just not as easy as. Yeah. Would be cool. I just, you know what would be cool? This is what I think. I hope someone gets inspired from this game and makes like a way better version of my game. You know what I mean? I just hope someone gets inspired to make a John Wick game or whatever the fuck, and they had some cool ass like gun fu and like proper grappling and shit. You know what I mean? That would be cool. Maybe this will inspire a new age of top-down games or even third-person games. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Moving on. Where are we at? I'm starting Unreal to do better. I want someone to make a better game than this. I think that'd be sick. Have you considered unlimited feature creep forever? You know, I have considered at some point what it would be like working on a different game. And honestly, it's kind of a weird feeling that I cannot envision right now. I actually physically cannot envision making the next game. That's how mentally ill I am. After working on this for 4 years. All right. I think that's a good amount of fixes that we could push towards the next patch. We need to really get a move on though. We need to get a move on. Let's fix this tomorrow. I'm gonna try to fix a couple of these off stream. I'll try to fix the Michael Jackson bug. I don't know why we coined it as the Michael Jackson bug, but I'm all for it. So the Michael Jackson bug, I will be fixing that next. Oh, hey. Almost 4-hour stream. Thanks for dropping by. Just had a hee-hee sound effects. Easy fix. It's too game breaking. In fact, I'm surprised it's yellow. It should be red. Now, the bug where you can grab a dude and then dive, I'm keeping it in. It's a feature. I'll let you have fun with that. I'll feel like that next year. Thanks for the heads up. The biggest challenge of indie dev is not making the game. It's about not quitting the game. It's about your mental health. That's the real challenge. Get therapy. All right. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for lurking, chat, and sticking around. Game is getting there. We're getting there. Go consume nutrient and regenerate HP. I will try. I'm gonna try. We still got a bunch of shit in here to fix. We got our nice rocket ice cream. Although I don't know if there's yellow in a rocket ice cream, but let's just assume there is. Yeah. A couple things in here to fix. Well, not fix, but work on. We are getting there though. All them boxes, don't worry. Don't look at it. Just don't look at it. Here, just here. Look, see? Look, see? Look at that. Wow, wow, look at that. Fix staircase clipping. Oh, I know what that is. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's a Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Thursday. I also have to prepare some contract work stuff, so I do need to get to that as well. So yeah. Yep. Anyways, goodbye. Take it easy. Have a good day. I'm gonna go eat some food. Yeah. Goodbye.